So apparently yesterday's video ran a little long, apparently, clearly. So maybe I'll try to go just a little faster today. Yesterday was the final real road stage of the tour up over the mountains. And it turned out to be every bit as exciting as it should have been. It's always nice when billing and reality are equal. So today is the last chance for anybody to really change their positions on the GC, the general classifications. It's the individual time trial. Individual time trial is a particular skill, one that I did not excel at. Many don't. It's been the Achilles heel of a number of racers over the years. So you go out one at a time. It's just you, no drafting, no team tactics, nothing. You also ride a very different style of bicycle, a time trial bike, a TT bike, many call them. Different handlebar configuration. They are all about aerodynamics and speed. And that's the principal motivation of the bike. It's how fast can you go. So they will ride solid rear wheels and very deep profile front, designed to slice through the air, get less churn, and but they are very susceptible to crosswinds, and they can just be. I remember the announcers, particularly Paul Sherwin and Phil Liggett, who I really enjoy listening to and find very knowledgeable and entertaining. Always a difficult combination. I always refer to them as very difficult to handle, and somebody took them to task on Twitter and saying they're not difficult to handle, they're just different. And that difference is they're tough. But, whatever. People who do triathlons and who are specialists find these bikes particularly useful. Well, they're very useful. They do something quite unique. They also wear what they call skin suits, very tight one piece. There's no jersey and shorts. They're extremely tight. They've also got all sorts of technology into how they can be best suited to cut through the wind. So this is the whole crowd right at the finish. And unexpectedly to, again, Phil and Paul, and actually myself included, this is Marc Soler coming in, setting what will be, and it turns out to be, the new best time. And that's the thing with the tour, with the time trial, is until the last guy has finished, you don't know who has won the stage, because again, it's based on elapsed time, whoever got around the course the fastest. Now they do start the race with the Lanterne Rouge, the slowest time in the tour, going first and then working their way all the way around to the yellow jersey, the leader of the tour. What will be exciting in today's stage is that while Geraint Thomas holds the maillot jaune, the yellow jersey, he is followed by Tom Dumoulin, Primož Roglic, and Chris Froome, who, maybe not so coincidentally, that was the same finish order for the World Championships in this discipline last year in Bregan. So it's setting up for a very dramatic final. But at this point, that those guys leaving this start house on this 31-kilometer time trial are still probably an hour and a half away, so we won't know whether this new best time being set by Marc Soler, and the reason I and they were sort of incredulous is Marc Soler is an incredible climber, does really well in the mountains, really lit up the Giro this year, which probably that ride in the Giro was what got him invited to ride in aid of the triumvirate of leaders of Movistar. And Movistar have certainly done their share to make this race exciting, and took a stage win 3 days ago? Yeah, 3 days ago with Nairo Quintana, who fell apart yesterday. But, you know, you get that stage win, and that makes your tour almost okay. I'm sure Chris Froome would really like to have a stage win. Just sort of salvage his tour, where he currently sits in 4th place. Now Froome has successfully won 3 tours in a row, and was going for his 4th in a row, which only 1 or 2 riders have done before. The guy who got me interested in cycling, not personally, but he was the big man when I first started watching racing. And when I was racing, Eddie Merckx has done that feat. So we are now just about to finish the warm colors. Sitting over here, this little flag right here, while it looks like the British flag, is actually the Basque flag, which we are very near the Basque region. We are across the border in France. Right here at the very southern western corner of France, close to the coast. Of course, you know the Basque Country has been quite in the news lately. The Basque would really prefer not to be part of Spain, but to be their own country. See, you didn't know you were going to get tour information and current events. That's kind of what the cool things about the tour is. Not only do you watch bike racing and see incredible views of France, and we did touch our toe into Spain, but it takes place not in a vacuum. So there was a big demonstration a couple stages ago where they blocked the road, and while I didn't see the videos, it would have been interesting to paint, but the police, in the effort to break up the farmers who were protesting, also sprayed a lot of the tour riders in the face. There was a lot of comments on Twitter like, well, that's a first. Most cyclists have not been maced in the middle of a tour. So here's the Basque flag is, like I say, a lot like the British flag, but, or I guess the flag of Great Britain, I should say. Except for its only shares, oh no, I guess it only it's only a one color variance. So these crowds lean over the barrier, and these are hardboard sloped barriers that hide the legs of the barrier so that the cyclists don't run the risk of hitting those little legs that stick out. And so that board becomes a great sounding board for them to beat on as the riders come by. And then, although you can't see any in this point, they also have a, whoops, I forgot a leg. Oh my God, he's only got one leg. There are these red triangles, which you may have seen in some of the other paintings, and those are actually padded. So it's a way to advertise for the sponsors. But it also, because they stick out a bit on the top half, they're level on the bottom half, they make them out of foam. So should a rider clip them, at least he doesn't get brutally injured, just mildly injured. So as I say, this is the last real stage to change your GC standings. Tomorrow on the ride into Paris, a good part of the stage is celebratory. Frequently, actually always, the team that holds the yellow jersey, and it's tradition not to attack the yellow jersey on the final stage. It's been done, but not in recent history. But it is a big final day for the sprinters, which is part of the reason why Sagan went to all that effort to get himself over the mountains and finish so that he can come and contest for one more stage win on the Champs-Élysées. I don't know if you can hear my wife Bridget in the background entertaining our lovely shepherd Seba, who loves to be told how pretty he is. The nice thing is we're not lying to him. He is quite handsome. You know, it's cruel to lie to your dogs, right?
He's beautiful. He's a beautiful boy.
So just the finishing touches, which gives me time to remind you that this work will be posted for sale on the blog, theartofcycling.blogspot.com, to encourage you to become a subscriber so you will know the next race I paint and when I start sharing more work. Plus, I do intend to share some of my other artworks in media. And you can see all of what I do at my website, GregLeach.com, and I'll spell that for you, although it will also be in the posting. It's GREIGLEACH. Very convenient to have an unusual spelling, but that was created long before the internet existed. No, I'm not revealing my age. So, there's today's paintings. I hope you'll check it out. And go to the blog later today to see the rest of the stage play out. Thank you so much.